Hey, what's up, guys? Brett Mix from Macho Wrestling 101 here. Please hit like and subscribe if you like my videos. I put them out daily. Today, we're going to review Smackdown from 9/29/23 live from Sacramento, California. Took place last night. John Cena was advertised to be on the show. What's going to happen with him versus the Bloodline heading into Fastlane next Saturday night? We shall see on this event. We kick it off with Heyman coming out with the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. Heyman does his usual shtick to talk about the Bloodline and the Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, but then Jimmy Uso snatches the mic from him. Then all of a sudden, Jimmy talks about how the Usos are going to do pretty much the same amount of damage that they said they were going to do until Carl Anderson comes from the OC. Carl Anderson brawls with Jimmy, and then Heyman's telling Solo to get back. And Jimmy said, I'll take care of this, and we go to a commercial. When we come back, it's an impromptu match between Carl Anderson and Jimmy Uso. We also hear it's been 1,125 days since Roman's been champion. That means there's been 1,125 days since The Fiend, Bray Wyatt's character, was buried. Because he lost to Roman that night, and his character was booked like trash, losing to Goldberg, Braun Strowman. But anyways, we'll get back to present day. In the ring, Uso hit an eye rake and a thrust super kick to Anderson for the win. Anderson started to brawl. Then Solo Sikoa came in. Gallows was out with the injury, as is AJ, so it was just a Bloodline beatdown. Dragon Lee wanted to come in, but the security held him back. Next, Santos Escobar says backstage that later on he has been waiting for his whole life for this match. Really, he's waiting his whole life for this match. I guess I've been waiting my whole life for this wrestling to get as good as it was 2 decades ago, so I guess we have something in common. But the hype for the match doesn't seem very good, as it should, given the circumstances that these guys are going to go on, not at the main event. Because next up we got the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller makes a joke about Cena being on time. If I was Cena, I'd show up whenever. It's not like you're going to miss Roman Reigns coming to the ring randomly. So, what's there to really miss? That's the thing. They got to make people show up on time. They got to make it seem like there's something they could miss if they didn't show up on time. Because when you don't show up on time, it makes it sound like you could miss stuff from the show. And that's not the way you should be doing things. Sorry about that, my throat. Lashley is a guest on the Waller effect. And damn, Lashley, his eyes... He's better with shades because his eyes make him look like he's 5 years old, and when he talks, he sounds like he's 3 years old. So his eyes and his voice, you gotta hide those things. You gotta put the shades on, and then you gotta just make him a bodyguard type kind of guy, not hi, yeah, hi. You know, with those nice eyes. It doesn't work. So Lashley, got the bodybuilders out and the suit profits, not the street profits he's talking about. He mumbles, and Waller says maybe Lashley wants Theory and Waller on the Grayson Waller show, but Lashley denies that. Then the street profits come out. When they head out, Austin Theory then comes out. Corey Graves puts him over even more. The 150 million hitman. Oh, yeah, right. He was calling Austin Theory. Corey Graves was from commentary. The 150K hitman. Even I got over 400 hits, and I'm a brand new YouTuber. And just from The Rock's comeback. So, of course, The Rock's going to get you 150 million hits. And so, I mean, even if I could do it right off the bat, obviously The Rock's going to get him 150 million hits. But Austin Theory uses that to his heel advantage and says it's all because of me. It's funny stuff. Cameron Grimes and Theory then go to the break, and then they're back in, and they're having an impromptu match. Theory on the outside springboarded twice. They hit the face at Grimes, and then he went for an A-Town and Grayson Waller on the outside with the assist, and another push for the Austin Theory. After the match, Dragon Lee had a pushing war with him as the officials broke it up. Next, it's Escobar versus Ray, and this is a great match. They hyped it as one, and it really was. I'd give it 3.5 stars, but how did we get there? Well, the offense was smooth. It was crisp. There was drop kicks, high-flying senton crossbody to the floor. there was only a commercial at the beginning, so we knew it wasn't going to get interrupted by a commercial. High flying senton from a seated Escobar, and Ray goes for the crossbody. It looks like both men knocked heads. It was a weird collision in the middle of the ring, and both men kind of were out it for a little bit, for 20 seconds or so, until they go back to the floor, and then all of a sudden Mysterio hits a moonsault from the barricade, and then on the floor. Back inside the ring. Sorry about that. Escobar goes for the gory special. So Mysterio's been in this whole gory special. He knows what it's like. He's on his back like this, spread out. I'm Escobar. Mysterio's looking that way on top of me, stretching out the arms, basically in a torture rack. And Escobar dropped to his knees with Ray up above himself. So he didn't counter it. He just hit a desperation move. Rey Mysterio from the outside needed to get back in as he rolled up to the apron, but Escobar met him there, and they both were climbing to the top turnbuckle, and I got Halloween Havoc 97 vibes, where the end where Eddie was up there with Ray like this, and then Mysterio hit a Hurricane Rana, well, for the win. Well, here he does the same thing. He hits a Hurricane Rana, but not for the win. It just sends Escobar down to the mat. Back from the anyways, after that Hurricane Rana, Ray goes for the 619, but Escobar catches him, and then all of a sudden catches him, goes back for another drop, but Mysterio counters it with a backslide, and amazing pinning attempts out of nowhere, desperation. Ray eventually counters the last desperate chance to hit the Phantom Driver. As Escobar had him, he was going to hit the Phantom Driver, but Ray ultimately had that scouted, and he pinned it for the 1-2-3. The ironic thing about this match is that he countered Ray countered his Phantom Driver. All match Escobar was countering Rey Mysterio's moves. He had him scouted, but at the very end, it's Mysterio countering the Phantom Driver and using it to his advantage with a roll-up inside Cradle victory. So that was a good storytelling, 3.5 stars, especially for TV. Next, the Suit Profits come out. Well, the Street Profits in suits, and Lashley comes out applauding them. They take out El Toro, they take out Escobar, El Toro, Escobar, and then they take out Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee tried to help from security with make sure he stayed back yet again. Then we had Charlotte Flair come on the mic. The woman sounds so generic, and her attitude on the mic doesn't match a face or a heel. Same with her in-ring style. She's a face even though she's a heel. She's a heel even though she's a face. Charlotte says when she wins, she's going to challenge for the title at Fastlane. So that means you're going to win. You're not going to say that and then not win. So her match versus Bayley it's pointless. We know she's going to win. And she does win. And it's like in a minute or two, and Cole calls the match a good match, as if that was a good match. It wasn't a good match. It was a minute or two of them wrestling, and the finish came when Charlotte hit a spear off the ropes and just got the 3 count after Bayley chopped her 7 or 8 times. That doesn't make a good match. And I have a bad feeling that Charlotte's going to go on to win more matches. Bayley hilariously translated Asuka's promo when Asuka came out yelling, saying there's going to be a 3-way at Fastlane for the title. Io Sky was like, what? And does that mean we're going to have a 3-way just so Charlotte doesn't eat the pin, or just so Charlotte doesn't have to pin Io Sky? They do this with Charlotte all the time. They have Charlotte in a 3-way. They don't want to have their champion lose in the past, like whether it was Asuka, Bianca Belair in the past, Becky Lynch in the past. They don't want to have the champion lose, so they have Charlotte in a 3-way where the other person can take the fall. So in this predicament, they don't want Io Sky to take the fall, but they want Charlotte to beat someone else, but they don't want it to be Io Sky, so they have a triple threat match so the other person eats the pinfall. I hope I'm wrong, but that's the formula in the past. So that gets set. CENA then comes out, and the ring announcer calls him the greatest of all time. Great. So that's just what he's going to be called now. Okay. That's all good. He's one of the best. But I thought we were being serious tonight, though, because John Cena's like, we're going to be serious tonight when he comes out. And then they call him the greatest of all time. I mean, that's just a joke, and not a good one. I don't think it landed. Don't think that joke landed there. But John Cena had a huge chance coming out in Sacramento. He said the Bloodline had to make a joke. The Usos came out laughing. And Cena said, "We gotta go. Are you gonna go?" Cena took off his hat and shirt and speared Uso off the apron. Then he got Solo Sikoa in the attitude adjustment position, but then Uso chopped the leg off. Then they both double teamed Cena in the corner with these running knees. LA Knight came out, and evened the odds and held up the contract as if to say he's Cena's partner. Heyman on the outside was mad with the bloodline, and the fans were happy. So overall, not a bad show. Most of these shows I've gone through have been average. Usually 1 to 2 good matches, some filler, and some bloodline continuation. But there are two things, though. One, it's the fact that they continue a story without key parts is surprising and admirable. Two, it's also impressive because a few years ago they didn't even tell a story when it was just, I want a shot of your title, blah, 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 around the Thunderdome era. So I rate the Smackdown a 6 out of 10 because I have high standards. I've lowered the bar expectation-wise, but I still have high standards with ratings out of 10. So 6 out of 10 is pretty good to me. Also, it ended on a good note with Cena and LA in the ring together. The fans went home happy, which is better than going home when the heels are beating someone down. So there you go. That's SmackDown from 9/23 at Sacramento. Hit like and subscribe if you like watching these. I like doing them. And I'll do other videos every day, not just Raws and Smackdowns. I'm Brett Mix with Macho Wrestling 101. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Brett, and I'm out.